Hey, how you doing? It's Dave Thackeray from Word and Mouth, and today I've got an irresistible offer for you. If you'll forgive my passion and enthusiasm, then I'm going to give you something that I think is going to be pretty hard for you to refuse. Last Sunday, I ran a very successful podcasting workshop in Liverpool, and what I got from people was that there's an enormous amount of excitement about podcasting and what it can do. Just lately we found out that YouTube is now the third most visited website. It was already the second biggest search engine, but now it's the third biggest website in the universe. It's fantastic. YouTube, again, like iTunes, is part of the podcasting empire, the network of sites out there that will support your efforts. So whether you're doing an audio podcast or whether you're doing a video podcast, you've got no end of opportunities out there to reach and scale, depending on who you want to reach and when you want to reach them. We talked about this stuff and everybody was saying, well, this is great. I only had an hour and it was it was a lightning quick hour because there's so much to cover in this gig. You know, if you've never created a podcast before, then starting from scratch can seem quite unnerving, quite overbearing. People were saying to me, well, you've given me the basics, you've given me the bare bones, but how do we actually put it into practice? Where do we start from point A to actually reach point Z, where we've got people who are listening to us, watching us, whatever it is? And that demands a little bit more focus. So where do you come in? Well, I'm going to do this in a video form, and I'm also going to produce a podcast about podcasting. I think this is possibly the first time that a definitive podcasting 101 has been produced and repurposed across different formats. I want to do this for you, but more importantly, I'm going to do this for you for free, and I'm not doing it to lead up to anything. There's not an ebook at the end that's going to cost you $97. I just want to show people how to do it because I'm keen that podcasting gets on a greater platform. If you're not really there in terms of what podcasting is all about, let me just give you a few ideas. Well, you can unleash your personal brand onto a totally new audience. So if you're already doing really, really well with your blog, I can tell you this, if you take it on in a totally new level in podcasting, you're going to reach so many more people. And people are really going to get it and they're going to feel your passion. And I think that's where expanding your personal brand using podcasting is such a great idea. Another thing, you can add currency to your client communities. And what I mean by that? Well, think about it like this. If you've got a written blog, then people are like, yeah, okay, that's fine, I can read about it. But as soon as you start talking to them face to face, it becomes so much more meaningful. And you're here and you're explaining things and people can really relate to you. And I think that's where the currency comes in. You can develop new relationships with your customers. I know of a dentist who basically put together a series of podcasts about all the different treatments, and instead of people coming in and paying him to explain it to them one-to-one, all these great podcasts were out there that people could take, digest at their leisure, and there was no worry about having to pay for anything because they downloaded it and it was all completely free from the get-go. And that's another thing about Timeshift, you know, if you've got messages that you want to get out there, then you can get them out there at the drop of a hat when people want them, and this is such an important and powerful gesture. Another one, becoming a thought leader. Right, so you know your stuff, but do other people know that you know your stuff? Using podcasting, you can create a series of incredibly powerful, meaningful, and empathizing casts that really show that you mean business and you're the guy or the gal who's the get to and go to in this subject. So think about these things in isolation and in combination. What an incredible way to build yourself, whether you're just passionate about a subject or whether you're just passionate about your business and you can't wait to get new customers and tell people about your fantastic products and services. Okay, I've made you wait for this and I'm humbly apologetic, but let's go with it from now. For me to create this podcasting course, video, podcast of a podcast, I need to know that you're in on this. I need to know that you want it. I need to know that you want to grab it with both hands and you're going to follow from start to finish, and you're going to start implementing podcasts into your strategy, whatever that might be. So to do that, I need you to sign up to a newsletter. That's all. No commitment. If you don't like it, you can bottle it. That's fine with me. But I just need to know from the start that you want this, because, time is limited. I really want to do this, but I really want to know that you want it too. So if you go to wordandmouth.com, and I'm going to use a little box up in the top right hand corner, you just enter your details and your email address, just a name and an email address. I don't want to know your bra size or the size of your waist. It's up to you. But anyway, just the name and the email address. And then once I've got 100 people, I'm going to unleash this course. 100 people, that's all it takes. There's about 4 billion people in the world, and it's probably growing by about 1 billion a day. All I want is 100 people, and then I'm sure that it's ready to rock and roll. So what are you waiting for? Let's get podcasting together for the very first time. The complete podcasting guide coming to you from me, Dave Thackeray, at wordandmouth.com. Look forward to seeing you on the other side, and don't forget to tick that box, enter your details, and I'll see you soon. Thanks.